Welcome everyone back to After Curfew Interviews with Kyle. Today I'm joined by a Twitch streamer going by the name Guppy. On Twitch, Bubbaguppylive. But here, Guppy, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Guppy. I do go by Bubbaguppylive on Twitch. I stream variety, but I've streamed coding sometimes. I'm really into coding and I've done hackathons and stuff. But my hobbies basically gaming and coding, basically it. So I stream both of those. And yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
Yeah, that's great. Gaming, coding. I mean, honestly, I guess that fits the criteria of Twitch. But anyhow, if you have seen any of our previous interviews or podcasts or anything like that, you know we like to start everything that we do with a quote. And today I've brought with me a quote. So my quote today, let me just pull it up real quick. So my quote I have with me today, it's a pretty unique quote. This is actually like the first time I've seen this quote, surprisingly, because I've been through a lot of quotes in my time. Because like every time I have to get a new one, so I look through thousands of them. But this is the first time I've seen this one, and it really caught my eye. So the quote reads, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." It's pretty deep, I guess.
Yeah.
What would you say are your views, or how would you explain that quote?
I think it's pretty true for the most part. I think even if you do succeed, there's no success. There's no like actual success. You keep going, no matter how good you become, right? You should never be content with what you are. You should always be aiming for more. So there is no final goal. It's just the courage or the encouragement to be better, right? Like the quote says, it's just you're always bettering yourself, and there's no like failing is not the final thing, and success isn't the final thing either. You should always keep growing.
So
You shouldn't settle for exactly. You shouldn't settle for this one thing. If you achieve one thing, you should go for more. You should go for better. That's my take on it.
Yeah, 100%. You know, there is no final goal, I guess. Just keep going hard, and you'll get. There isn't really an end goal. I mean, you can have an end goal, but at the same time, it's like there isn't really an end because you're constantly striving for improvement.
Once you get it, what are you gonna do, right? Like you keep going.
Right, you gotta keep going. I totally agree. That's a great way to describe it. Now, moving into the interview half of this, I got some questions with me. I would say like quite a few are, I guess you could say, how would I call this? Quite a few are like just personal questions, but then like the first few I'm gonna go for some content, and then I'll move into some personal questions.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. First question, I guess. Where do you get your inspiration for content?
My inspiration for content, I think there is no one place. You should always be looking for a way to get more. Even if you have one thing you keep going back to. Maybe there's this YouTuber you like and you keep going back to them to see what they're doing and you want to copy what they're doing. You shouldn't just focus on that one person. You should always be looking for new ways to incorporate what you're consuming to what you're creating, right? So whatever it is you watch, you should always be looking, hey, I can do that. You should always be looking out for new things you can do, like the little nuggets of gold. You shouldn't. I don't have a specific thing. I would say I don't know. I just look for things. Maybe if I have something specific that I want, I would look for it online, like Reddit or some shit, right? But oh wait, can I cuss?
Right.
But can I cuss on the show? Sorry. But yeah, you should just keep looking. There's no one thing. you should always be on the lookout, is what I'm trying to
Agree.
say.
Agree. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I agree with that. That's sometimes there is no inspiration. You're kind of just doing you,
Yeah, you should always be incorporating what you're consuming. So my everyday life is like, I like to play games and I watch a lot of other people play games because I want to improve on what I'm doing. And obviously I'll take inspiration from them. Like this person streams and I also stream. So what are they
Yeah.
doing that I'm not doing? You know?
100%. Yeah, I totally agree. Now my next question. Have you? So I noticed you currently do Twitch, right? Would you have you ever thought of going to YouTube or doing YouTube and Twitch or?
I actually started a YouTube channel this week. It was a couple days ago. It was like a day ago, so I wouldn't expect you to know or
Okay, I
anything.
see.
But I did actually start a YouTube. I think I think it's really important to start
Right,
another social
right.
media but besides Twitch because Twitch
I
has
agree.
such a bad recommendation thing. You have to find another way to get yourself out there. So
Right.
I started a YouTube channel to hopefully to get more people engaged, and even if it's just my Twitch viewers coming back because they missed the VOD and they just want to see an edited version of it, that's completely fine. That just means I'm getting more people engaged with my content,
Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
agree.
definitely. I was definitely looking into starting a YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Yeah. Well, everyone. Hopefully, Gubby, why don't you can Discord me that YouTube channel. We can put it in the description. But yeah, everyone, go in the description and click on her YouTube. Go subscribe to that and check her out.
Okay.
Um.
Um.
Anyhow, you don't have to do it right now, but
Okay.
anyhow, my next question, I guess it kind of ties. This is going more into your. I guess this is kind of like a crossover of your personal life and your content side. How do you handle like stress and pressure from? Obviously, I assume you go to school. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, so how do you
I do.
handle stress and the pressure from school and Twitch at the same time, juggling those two?
You have to have a schedule. Like you can't just do whatever you want. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people can pull it off, but for me, I can't handle like two things that are something I have to put all of my brain power in, right? And put my time into and not have a schedule for it. So for Twitch, I do have a schedule. Like I stream at every day except Sunday after 2 p.m. and then I usually go until 5 and then after 5 I just don't do anything Twitch related, right? I have to focus on
Yeah.
schoolwork. Or I have to do this. And if you have a timeline. You don't even have to have like a schedule. You just have to have a timeline in your mind like, "Oh, after this, I can't do this anymore. I have to work on schoolwork or I have to do work on my channel." So, if you have a timeline, it's completely fine.
Uh-huh.
It's manageable. You
Yeah.
treat it even with a timeline, it's if you have a deadline, you gotta go fast and it's like speed running. You have to speed run your stuff because you know that that deadline's gonna hit, and then you're gonna have to work on schoolwork after that, right?
Right.
So that's my mindset. That's how I do it.
Okay. So you give yourself kind of like a set schedule. This time I'm gonna stream. This time I'm gonna work on my channel stuff. This time I'm gonna do schoolwork. All that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I have to be strict with it. I treat it
Yeah.
like a speed run. You gotta do everything as fast as you can, and then once you get to that deadline, you just switch over. You can't work on it anymore. It's not,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. I forgot what I was gonna say, but oh, right.
That's
You
okay.
seem like a very organized person because my schedule is all over the place.
I wouldn't say that. I don't think I'm an organized person. I mean, I'm organized in that I have a thing in set in my mind, but I'm not organized as in I'm writing down everything I'm gonna do
Oh
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
for
don't
sure,
even
for
have
sure, for
like a
sure.
list or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's more like a goal, you know? I
Right,
set
yeah, I
goals.
feel you. I feel it. I feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah, because for me, I'm pretty all over the place. Like just scheduling interviews is like a daunting task for me.
That's okay. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I was late, so yeah, I'm
For sure.
definitely not as organized. I'm not that responsible. So if I make myself out to be, that's clickbait.
Uh,
That's not actually, me.
I'll put it in the title. Very responsible person.
Okay.
The next question is and I guess this we ask this with every single one, every single person, every single person. What are your views? And this is a personal question. What are your views on, I guess, mental health as a whole and how it's been affected by quarantine and Corona?
I, this is something. Oh, this is actually a really good question. I've had some mental health things happen during the past months or few months, I guess. My one of my friends, okay, I don't know how to go about this lightly without just saying it, right? But one of my friends killed
It's okay.
herself. Yeah, she killed herself and she's underage and obviously I think that if we were going to school every day and we were there for her, we would have seen the signs better. I think that the whole quarantine thing makes it a whole lot harder for friends to notice because you're not actually seeing them. They can
Yeah.
easily just text you back, "Hi," and then leave, right? Like they can act like it's okay. And I think that's what was happening because I had only talked to her like a few days before she did it. And then all of a sudden this thing happens and I had no idea. And I feel like if we were actually going to school, I definitely would have noticed something was going on. But since we weren't, we I there was no way for me to know because she was still talking to me. It's just, I wouldn't notice through what she was doing or anything, right?
Yeah. 100%. That's wow. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe family, it's easier for family to notice,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
for like friends or it's harder to feel connected to other people beyond your immediate family circle.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm getting through it.
Yeah.
It's been a while now, so I'm getting kind of accustomed. Like I'm
Yeah.
coming to terms with it.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's one thing that's one of the things that quarantine has affected with it's obviously mental health, and that's why we talk about it on the interviews a lot with every single
Yeah.
guest about mental health because I feel like it's a big issue and we need to address it. So yeah,
It's
that's
yeah, it's definitely a big issue. I think if you have people that you think are going through something, you should reach out to their family out of all the people. I think especially now to their family because their family probably knows more than you do. Because they see them on a day-to-day basis, right? So I think it's really important to ask their family, "Hey, is this person doing okay? I just noticed blah 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 blah." Even if you feel weird about it, if it's concerning enough, it shouldn't bother you to ask their family.
right, right, yeah, um, yeah, wow, now moving into like I guess a lighter note. And still sticking with like personal questions, but what would you say is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. I that's a good question. Do you mean like content wise on the internet or do you mean like in
No, just
actual
day to day life,
in
just
general?
like on the street.
Ah, I see. I think my biggest pet peeve would be when someone is talking to me, but they very obviously don't want to or they're doing it like they have
Yeah,
some
yeah,
hidden intent to it and it's very obvious. Like there would be people that are talking to me, and they would ask how I'm doing. Like, it's the same question every time, and then they don't talk to me after I answer, and then it's very clear that they're just talking to me because 'cause they're bored. And then there are other times where other people are talking to me, and they obviously don't wanna talk to me. They're only talking to me because I'm friends with this person or whatever, right? Like, it there's if you're gonna be like that, you might as well be upfront about it. Like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I don't feel like talking right now." Just don't
Yeah,
talk to
yeah,
me at
for
all.
sure.
Stop wasting my time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at some point, it's like, yeah, like, we get it. Just like, if you don't want to talk to me, don't.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that's the one thing that I really don't like.
Feel it. I feel it. My next question. I guess this, and then this is like kind of a question about your childhood. As, growing up, I guess, where did you grow up first off?
I um From when I was born to till I was 8, I was actually born in the Philippines, and then I moved to the US. So, yeah, I guess it's a mix of both. I don't know how you would take
Okay.
that, but it's a
Yeah.
mix of both the US and the Philippines.
Okay.
But yeah.
So growing up, I guess, what would you say was like, I guess, what would you say were like your hobbies growing up as a child?
Growing up, my hobbies, honestly, I think it's pretty much the same. I mean, no, that's not true. Growing up, my hobbies were definitely just playing and, doing silly things. I didn't have a set hobby. But as soon as I hit like being a teenager and stuff, I did start to like gaming more. I think especially when I was 10, I that's when I really started like looking things up and, just exploring the internet. I mean, even though I wasn't actually gaming, I would play like Wizard 101 or something. That's that's not
Oh
an
my
actual
god.
game.
I haven't heard Wizard 101 in so long.
Yeah, but
I
it
used to
was
play
still like
that.
exploring.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
it was still
the
exploring the internet and
yeah.
internet culture in general, you know.
That was the
By
ultimate.
playing those types of games, yeah,
Yeah.
you were like joining a community, and then through that I
Yeah.
was getting
For sure.
exposed to like
For
internet
sure.
culture.
Damn, Wizard 101. That's damn, you're an OG. Respect. Street cred earned. Damn. Wizard 101. My
Yeah.
god. That's a damn, I used to play that game. My next question is I guess, do you have a favorite food? What would you say is your favorite food or favorite foods?
There's this really good Filipino food that I like called nilagang baka. That just means like beef. Like, I don't know what the nilagang means in English, but I think it's just beef. It's just beef stew basically. It's got vegetables, it's got potatoes. It's your
Oh,
regular like stew, and it's got beef in it. And it's so good with rice, and I
I
don't know. The
think
seasoning makes it
yeah, I've been to the
bomb.
Philippines once or twice. Once was a while ago when I was still living in I used to live well I lived so I was born in Seattle and then I moved to Shanghai for 3 years. So it's
Uh,
interesting. So I went to the Philippines once or twice actually. Philippines
so
are
you've had
it's
it?
very beautiful.
Yeah, it is nice. You've had it?
Uh, I think I know what you're describing. I didn't know the name, but I think I've eaten what you described.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically just soup with like beef and vegetable and soup things,
Right, right.
like you would
Yeah.
find in soup. But it's really good.
Okay. My next question, I guess, and this is sticking kind of with like, I guess, your childhood. What would you say is what would you say as a kid? What did you and your childhood friends do for fun in the Philippines?
In the Philippines, I think we didn't have a lot of access to, gadgets like a DS or whatever, right?
Right,
But
right.
we definitely did games like, hopping over each other, like little
Uh,
frog game, or like,
yeah,
jump rope, outside kid things. But I don't think we ever did like, going to your friend's house to play on their Wii. But
yeah,
we did do a lot of like, hide and seek or tag, the
yeah.
normal childhood games type of stuff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can understand that. I
Yeah.
guess my next question, and this is kind of now we looked at a little bit about your past. Now we're gonna look into your future a little bit. I think this is my last question actually. But where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years. Sorry, I was counting how old I would be in 5 years. I think I would definitely be doing something in computer science. It's something I'm really passionate about. Like
Yeah.
it's something I've been consistently pursuing. So I think that it's definitely something I'm going to continue to pursue, you know. As for like content wise, I don't really know if Twitch is the right thing, Maybe I will be making content, but maybe I'll move over to YouTube or something, you know? Because it really it's a very wonky subject. It depends on, a lot of things.
Yeah. So social media is very kind of a gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't tell if you're gonna be in it for the long run.
Exactly. I mean,
Unless
I'd
you're
like to be,
just yeah, of
but
course. Everyone would like to be in just one thing for the long run, but obviously, you never know.
yeah,
5 years in the future, there could be something that forces you to do something else or something.
exactly.
So
I think
you never know. You never know.
yeah. My job or, doing something in computer science is a more sturdy
Right, a
backbone
sturdy job.
for my
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that concludes our interview. But I first, once again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on and let me interview
Thank
you.
you for inviting me.
Yeah, 100%. And also thank you to the fans and viewers that have stuck to the end and listened through. And if you liked what you heard, like and hit the likes button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to do me a solid and go in the description and go follow Guppy on all of her socials. And catch you guys next time. Guppy, you got anything else to say to them?
Thank you for listening to me talk, I guess. I'm not that interesting a person, but thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but go check her out in the description, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.